Hello and welcome to everyone, guys. I'm trying. No, I will try. Just give me 1 second to share it on Twitter. Okay, I need to share it on Twitter. Okay. Um, mm, okay, just 1 second. Okay. All right, I'm sharing this on Twitter right now. All right. Fine. And that's gonna go. All right, just give me 1 more second, please, guys. That's it. Yeah, nicknaming one of my favorite YouTubers. I'm gonna do a breakdown of this event, and what can I say, guys? I can only say that there were so many last-minute changes, and I know, so strange stuff has happened nowadays, and I know, man. I know, so many weird things happen, but I will try to stay brief. I will try to get into the spirit of things. So let's get it underway. And first, we're gonna go with the match between Kylie Alateng and Kevin Kroom. I already told you that I'm picking Kylie Alateng in this one to win, but I think there is a value in over 2.5 minus 175. I don't think Kylie Alateng has the knockout power also. So let me see. Okay, I'm gonna write Alateng to win. Minus 170. Alateng decision for plus value. I'm gonna write every single pick, so there's no need. Everything is gonna be written. Alateng decision plus 163. These are odds that are pretty much okay to me, but we'll see. I'll also edit the whole card. So Sam Hughes versus Estela Nunes. As much as I know, Sam Hughes should be the underdog. Yes, she is. Sam Hughes the underdog. Estela Nunes minus 210. Yeah, again, majority believe the fight goes the distance. Let me see. Estela Nunes to win, but this is a tricky fight. Estela Nunes to win or Nunes versus Hughes. Fight starts round 3. For safer odds, let me see. A bit riskier. Nunes inside the distance. That's a riskier odd. Riskier pick. So Nunes KO, TKO. Nunes inside the distance plus 3-0. That's kind of a risky odd. I'm kind of not that sure for this upcoming matchup. So I can't tell you 100% like for this fight, as I only believe it or not, I only believe it or not bet on one fight. So I have to say that some things are kind of tricky on this card. This card is full of tricky bouts, and a lot of trickiness is added here, especially in this upcoming fight. So I don't know. I'm picking Stella Nunes. It's not that I'm writing Sam Hughes off. I mean, she took part in 2 rounds of toe-to-toe brawl with Tesha Torres, but I just give greater chances to Stella Nunes. Jordan Levitt to win is my next pick. Jordan Levitt plus 110. He is a favorite by himself, so there's no need for additional pick. But as a crazy bitch, I'm gonna say Levitt inside the distance. Okay. Plus 240. That's another idea I'm having right now on my mind. So that's another idea I'm having on my mind, and just another day of my life, if you know what I mean. Chris Bernat versus Martin Buday. My pick is not going the distance for this one. Buday is a great Slovakian wrestler. Let me see. Not going the distance. Bernat versus Buday minus 450, not going the distance. That's pick number 1. Pick number 2, Bernat to win plus 185. Bernat KO TKO. I'm gonna go with the super risky. Bernat KO TKO. Plus 350. Because if he wins, that's I guess the only option for him, of course. Bernat was the underdog against Gian Vidante, but it's kind of not important right now. I mean, who cares right now whether he was or wasn't? Like, got no idea, guys. There were some ups and downs, and yeah, some things were kind of off, some things were kind of on, and honestly, I had no idea. I had no idea, honestly, what to say and what to think about those upcoming stuff. So I don't know. I'm still thinking, but I can't give you the answer, not just yet. Then we're gonna go with the next fight, and that one is the matchup between Rafa Garcia and Jesse Ronson. Tricky to pick a side for me. And Ronson is not bad. I mean, people are sleeping on Rafa Garcia. Me, just have a bad feeling about this fight. Let me see. Ronson sounds good as an underdog. Over 2.5. That sounds okay. I think Garcia wins. Honestly, I don't know. Over 2.5 is minus 200. Believe it or not, I only put my money on Vicente Luque. Yeah, believe it or not, that's my only bet this time. So tricky fight card. I will go, if I must, I think over 2.5 works, but Ronson to win is plus 100. Let me see. This one is tricky. I guess Ronson decision, but too tricky, too hard. Too hard for me. Ronson decision. I don't know. Could go either way. Both of these guys are kind. This is a 50-50 fight to me. Plus 175. Believe it or not, I only bet on Luque to win. That's my only bet for this weekend. Stella Nunes. Yes, she is. But I only picked Luque to win. I mean, at my bookie. That's one and only pick, because last time I made 2 parlays and Tipura's fight got cancelled, and I've gone wild last time. Last time I said, all right, fuck everything, man. Then I was like, okay, this is the main event of the evening, and they are not gonna cancel it. I'm linking up some boxing, Bellator, and UFC. Good luck with that. For Bellator, I only made for main card, but I will probably go live on Thursday for Bellator, as here odds for Bellator are kind of late. They only release Speaking Aside, and on Thursday they release everything. So probably gonna go live on Thursday or maybe tomorrow, but more probable Thursday. Let me see the next fight. I have no dilemma on what? Drakar Klose, Brandon Jenkins. I think Klose should win this one. Klose to win. Thursday is weighing for Bellators. Bellator main and co-main. I've got Nemkov to win, and I've got AJ McKee. Hold on. Just 1 second. I think Klose should win, but it's a shitty odd, so yeah. I think it's very much of a shitty odd. I didn't want to risk on Klose, like very shitty odd. over 2.5. I don't know. Let me say. Plus win round 3 is plus 5-0, I think. My one and only parlay that I put on a book is Luque to win, but let me say for Bellator, Luque, I mean, have the highest level of confidence in AJ McKee and Vadim Nemkov. These are like my, let's say, the most probable picks for Bellator as of now. I mean, there are many other good picks, but odds are kinda tricky. Odds are very tricky for other picks. That kinda irritates me. Those tricky odds. Vassell Johnson line is totally off. Tyrell Fortune, I have confidence in him, and guess what? He is minus 7-0, as much as I can see. Not much of a value, really. Maybe this guy Akshay Muradov, minus 275, maybe. I would go with main and co-main, like for Bellator. I would probably only go with main and co-main. Let me see. Lina Landsberg, Pani Kienzad, they already fought. Pani Kienzad won easily, so I think this should be an easy win for Pani Kienzad. It's hard to knock out Pani Kienzad, but let me see, can I get some value? Minus 425. Odd is realistic. Pani Kienzad is better fighter. A fight goes the distance. Let me see. Kienzad is... Sorry, guys. Kienzad decision is minus 163. I don't think Kienzad gonna stop her. I'm a big fan of Pani Kienzad, but she's tactically better fighter than Lina Landsberg. Lina Landsberg is called elbow queen for a reason, but she's pretty much one-sided. So I think Pani Kienzad wins this one. But the problem is this odd. Like, I didn't want to put money on Kienzad because of this odd. I mean, at my bookie, I said to myself, man, at least. I was thinking, like, Luque offered the greatest odd, and last time I literally went wild when Tibura's fight got cancelled. That's why I only placed one pick. Let me see. Hey, Munir Aziz has a new opponent, Angel Ossa. So, believe it or not, they are gonna fight in the main card. Yes, just like that. They are gonna fight in the main card. Devin Clark versus William Knight. Fight starts round 3. That's this. Pick a side. Clark, yes, I agree. Clark to win, minus 170. Clark should be a favorite, absolutely. But there's one thing that kind of bothers me, and that's the fact this is a heavyweight, and Clark is not a real heavyweight, so what can I say about that? Yeah, what can I say about that? It's a heavyweight. Knight didn't show spectacular. Knight didn't give us a spectacular performance against Maxim Grishin. He will be heavier than Clark, so maybe he will offer more of a knockout power. Maybe, just maybe. Let me see. Over 2.5. Even odds. I don't think Clark finishes him. Let me say Clark decision. Clark decision plus 163. I don't know. Just 1 second. I need to change something. Okay, let me transition to main card. We got some news, guys. We got some news, and the news are saying, hold on, news are saying that Munir Aziz has a different opponent. Yes, guys, Munir Aziz has a different opponent. So I have to tell you that Munir Aziz is fighting Angel Ossa, a guy who fought at ex-MMA 4. So everybody who wants to watch Angel Ossa, you can watch the MMA Hold channel. So you can watch his fight, you can watch everything. William Knight via submission. Good luck with that. That's going to be massive plus value. You can watch Angel Ossa at the MMA Host channel. They were airing ex-MMA 4, just to know. So in the case you don't have UFC Fight Pass or whatever, you can watch him. So I'm just saying, in the case you don't have it, in the case you do, like me, you can watch him at UFC on Fight Pass. Just saying, Aziz has very decent chances to win, but odds haven't really been released yet for this fight. I think it's not going to be an easy one for Munir Aziz. Hence, Angel Ossa accepting this on a short notice. Aziz to win. Or fight goes into round 3. Just to know, he's having a new opponent. So, in the case you don't have... Just saying, in the case that you don't have UFC on Fight Pass, visit MMA Host channel. They were airing ex-MMA 4, so you can see everything about Angel Ossa. He fought at that event, in the case you don't. I do, so I was watching his LFA bouts, etc. And then we've got the next clash between Pat Sabatini and Tj Laramie. Many people believe this is a lock, Pat Sabatini. To some point, I agree. One and only thing that worries me is Tj Laramie's wrestling. That's one and only thing that worries me. Is there a chance this one will go the decision? Absolutely. Absolutely. And if Sabatini wins, I would say Sabatini submission, but let's see. Sabatini to win, minus 435. Sabatini submission is minus 175. But Laramie offers pretty much, Laramie offers pretty much decent submission defense. His takedown offense is good, but going with Pat Sabatini on the ground is not the smartest idea. And if Laramie keeps the fight standing, he will have good chances of winning, if you know what I mean. He will have very, very good chances of winning the fight if he keeps it standing. But against Pat Sabatini, it's not easy to keep the fight standing. That's like mission impossible against a guy like him. You know that very well, do you? I mean, I know you do. What am I saying? You are diehard fans, of course you do. I mean, what the heck am I asking? Yeah, I'm behaving like a teenager, really. Of course you do know. Then the fact is that with Pat Sabatini, if he drags the fight to the ground, you have very, very little chances of evading, and you have very little chances of sleeping out of his submission attempts. But I've got a question. What is going to happen if the fight doesn't get dragged to the ground? Now, that's $1 million question. So you need to consider that option too. Mayra Bueno Silva versus Wu Yanan. Wu Yanan is a heavy underdog in this fight. Mayra Bueno Silva minus 450. Do agree that Yanan should be an underdog, but like minus 450 is just too much. Like somebody's waiting to cut Wu Yanan. Maybe somebody's waiting to cut her from UFC. I don't know. But I'm not confident in Mayra to win. Minus 450. I'm more confident in fight goes the distance here. Just really not confident. Fight goes to decision. Yeah. Bueno Silva versus Yanan goes the distance. Minus 125. I'm more confident in that pick than than in Mayra Bueno Silva's win, because if Yanan loses now, she's gonna get cut, and you know that. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody wants to get cut. It's like a humiliation when you get cut. It's not easy to accept it, if you know what I mean. It's very, very much hard to accept it. So I think Yanan will be fighting for her life. She will be fighting for her life. She will be fighting to stay in the UFC, and she will try to win by any means necessary, if you know what that means. So that's like, yeah, I don't believe that's going to happen. She will fight for her life, literally. Let me see some. How much is Mayra Bueno Silva decision? Silva decision, okay. Silva decision is plus 163. That's kind of okay odd. I see this as an okay odd, but this is one of the trickiest cards for betting. And last time I was so frustrated because Tibura's fight didn't come to fruition. So I said to myself, man, is it possible that I'm so fucking unlucky? It seems it is. It seems it really is. Andre Fialho, Miguel Baeza to win. Baeza to win. Minus 180. I don't think Baeza gonna finish Fialho that easily. Fialho fought very well against pretty much big favorite. So, but again, Baeza has some high-level finishes under his belt. I mean, Baeza versus Fialho, no distance, is minus 150. Let me see Baeza inside the distance. How much could it be? I think this offers Baeza inside the distance, plus 150. That's okay odd. It's okay odd, I say. Kyle Borralho, Gadgio, Margadgio. I think Kyle Borralho has decent chances of upsetting Gadgio or Margadgio. And I'm gonna go with your bets this week. You do good last week, and thank you, man. Thank you so much. Believe it or not, I only put parlay at my bookie. I only put parlay on Luque. And guess why? You know how frustrated I was last weekend, remember? Remember how frustrated I was last weekend? Do you remember when Tibura's fight got cancelled? I said to myself, okay, I'm only betting on main event. If they cancel the main event, I'm not gonna bet. Then I'm not gonna bet as a sign as a sign of protest. I will not bet for the next month if they cancel this main event. Because hello, Real News MMA. Sorry, I haven't seen the message. Hope all is well. I don't even mind Bueno Silva by submission. That's okay. That's okay. You can try it out. No, but last time I was so damn fucking frustrated, man. When Tibura's fight got canceled, I was like, is it possible that this always has to happen to me? And that's not the first time. It's like third or fourth time. Every bout I choose, either somebody gets ill, either somebody pulls out of the fight, etc., etc. So now I'm betting only main event. If the main event doesn't come to fruition, fine. Hello, Dennis. How are you? So yes, I'm angry. I'm not gonna say that I'm not angry because I am angry. Kyle Borralho has actually Borralho versus Gaji. Fight starts round 3. Borralho for the win, minus 120. No. Sorry. My mistake. Sorry. Typing error. Sorry. Borralho to win, plus 120. Yes, it's the juicy bets that always end up getting cancelled, it seems. Yes, and that's why I only bet, this time I only bet main event, because I'm angry, man. You can't even imagine how angry I am. I picked Tibura. I was like saying, okay, if Tibura keeps the fight against the cage, I was studying at UFC on Fight Pass for like an hour or two. I'm studying Tibura, Rosenstrike. I was really watching those fights. And then Tibura got cancelled. I was like, okay, this weekend I'm only betting on the main event because I'm angry, man. You know, if I lose the bet, I don't care much. Who cares about losing bets? But if the fight gets cancelled, I am extremely angry when the fight gets cancelled. No, it kind of frustrates me more than anything. Let me see Borralho inside the distance. Borralho inside the distance is very risky, but let's take it. Borralho inside the distance. Plus 240. This is very risky, I know, but people ask for risky bets. Did you hear USA government has sanctioned Daniel Kinahan and banned all his affiliates from operating in USA? This will have huge impact on boxing. Yes, I've heard that. I know, sad news. I've heard that, Dennis. Very sad news. I had that fight in the parlay too and was disappointed it was cancelled. Ended up losing once comes out. Burns went plus 1.5. Actually, I faded that fight for a reason, man. Hello, Otis. Announcement. Saturday, May 7th. Oh, okay. Otis, how are you doing? Did you recover? Jan destroyed my parlay. I'm still sore over it. I faded Jan fight. You remember what I said? I faded Jan fight and I faded Hamzat fight for a reason, for a good reason. You remember what I was saying? Fade that fight. Because Jan was fighting without his coaches. That's number one. Number two, man, Burns was stylistically very, very, very tough matchup for Chimaev. Yes, you remember what I was saying. So I faded those two fights. Yes, we recovered. Oh, glad you recovered. Man, if you're sick, thank you so much for stopping by to this chat. But if you're sick, please recover. Then, health can't wait. At least I know that health can't wait. Believe me. I know that it can't wait. I know how hard it can be when somebody is sick. So I hope you're feeling better, man. So Kyle Borralho, then Vicente Luque. Actually, this is one and only parlay that I made at my bookie. And Vicente Luque to win. Let me see. Vicente Luque to win minus 165. That is my bet. That's one and only bet I made this weekend. Just to know, when you ask what did you play, I played Luque to win. I played Luque to win straight. So that is what I played this weekend. Sorry, guys, I'm still angry because of the previous weekend, and you know why. You know why. I told like millions of times. Apparently, Fury versus White isn't affecting Bob Arum. Came out saying he was planning on cutting ties with Kinahan anyway, as if we'd believe that. Well, there is always one part of me that believes everything, because when somebody speculates, there is always a tiny probability that he is speaking the truth. So, I'm not saying that I expected cutting ties. I didn't expect that, but I haven't seen it coming. But there is always the probability. Like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, and not to saying what's gonna happen tonight, or what am I trying to say, right? Let me see. Yes, guys. Hey, how much about? I know Belal can win decision, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm picking something very risky. Now, listen to this. No, I'm not. I'm actually agnostic. Luque versus Luque KO TKO plus 225. Or Belal decision. That is also excellent. Belal decision. It's going to be massive plus. Belal decision plus 250. Let's go, guys. Okay. Okay, this is like just to hit the marker. Give me 1 second. I released. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Then let's go, guys. I'm gonna see which underdogs I picked now, and I'm gonna try to give you round robin. Yes, I see Belal getting rocked, then darts in the second. Look inside the distance is very, very, very good pick. I mean, very good pick stylistically because it is Messi plus odd. Confident pick, sorry, the dream. Only Luque is my confident pick. Like, he's actually my most confident pick. I usually have like 2, 3, but last weekend Tibura got cancelled, and I'm like, okay, I'm only betting main event this time. That's what I placed at my bookie. Also, I think Panikianza to win. Maybe bet Sabatini. Yeah, first, okay, second confident pick, Kianzad. That's like 2. Yes? Yes, I'll pressure to buy and giving Kinahan up. Yes, I know. Let me see. One more thing. Who else is a confident pick? I don't know, man. Why are people so high on Mara Bueno Silva? I mean, Vuyanan will be fighting for her life. Maybe Pet Sabatini is the third most confident, but I don't know. Maybe Drakar Klose, but I don't want to bet on Klose. Have some bad feeling, man. Just have some bad feeling. I wouldn't bet on Klose. Yeah. Belal has a glass chin. Yes, he does. That's true. But Belal has excellent wrestling, and Luque already finished him. The thing is, what is Belal going to do? Is he going to try to cut angles and push his opponent against the fence? That's option number 1. Option number 2, Luque rocks him and finishes him with a flurry of punches or a submission. There are only 2 options in that fight, and Luque is not Steven Thompson, so that's why I placed bet on Luque. You used to be able to blind the bet MTK. Represented fighters know they'd win because the refs had a literal gun to their heads. Yes, I remember that. But now a new era of betting is gonna come with this, I think. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna make a round robin. Just 1 second, okay? I picked Levitt from underdogs. Who else is? Ronson is an underdog. Okay, I didn't know that. Chris Bernat. Borralho. Okay, Borralho is underdog. I think Borralho has decent chances. Borralho, Ronson, Levitt. Borralho. I didn't know that Ronson is an underdog. It was a pick'em. It was a pick'em like 2 hours ago. Now he's plus 100 underdog. And Levitt plus 110. It's like I picked 3 underdogs. I usually pick 3 or 4, so this is normal for me. Last weekend, I think I only picked 1 underdog, and I was like, what the heck am I doing? Like, I was thinking something was wrong with me. Literally. Borralho plus 120, Ronson plus 100, Levitt plus 110. Very true. Betting will be much less predictable now. Kinahan out to sport. Yes, Dennis, I know. Like, right now it's gonna be very hard to bet, honestly. I mean, boxing is already very hard to bet for me. I mean, it's not hard to pick a side, but it's hard to get plus money in boxing. That's what I'm talking about. Like in boxing, listen, in boxing, I was having perfect cards. Like many times in UFC, I followed 27 years. I only had 1 perfect card in my whole life. In boxing, I was having perfect cards. But in boxing, it's not hard to get a perfect card. It's hard to get the plus money. It's very hard to get plus money in boxing because either you have to know extremely good, either you have to be, I don't know, a prophet. Like boxing is super hard for betting. I think boxing is way harder than MMA. If you want if you want plus money, I think boxing is way harder. And in MMA, like for example, if one fighter is rocked, he can try to drag the fight to the ground to go for a submission, etc. In boxing, if you're getting outboxed, you're getting outboxed. It's not that, you don't have many ways to defend or many ways to destroy your opponent. There are many. Your options are pretty much limited. In MMA, somebody can kill you on the feet, and they can try to drag you on the ground. The UFC don't have learning fights like boxing. True. That's true. Also, in UFC, you always have many options, but in boxing, if somebody is better, he is better. It's again for me, betting boxing is like how to say rocket science. Literally, if somebody earns plus money on boxing, for me, that guy is a rocket scientist. In MMA, it's like I started betting month and a half ago for very, very small amount of money, like $5 every weekend when there is UFC. 3 times I won, once I lost. So it's like I'm usually around, that's like normal. Tyson Fury TKO, 6 to 12 rounds. I actually think that is good parlay. Just to check something, I think that odd is going to be great. Tyson Fury. Just 1 second. Let me see if they released the odd. Tyson Fury. I'm checking now. I actually agree. I think that's a good odd. Fury wins by TKO disqualification. You even have to pick the round. Fuck it, man. Just 1 second. I'm gonna tell you what am I picking for that fight. I have very interesting pick for that fight. I'm gonna tell you which one. Hold on. What do you think about this? Like Fury to win in like later rounds. Fury over 6 rounds. Yeah, it should be plus value. I think Fury is getting more and more dangerous as the fight advances into later rounds. I don't think he slows down, if you know what I mean. I don't see Fury slowing down. I don't know, but for a very big guy, I think his cardio is pretty decent. What do you think? What do you think? Like, I mean, he's a heavyweight. We can't compare him to welterweights, to middleweights, to like flyweights. Of course, he's a heavyweight. I mean, you can't expect a supermassive gas tank in heavyweight. But again, Fury to win 9th to 12th round, round 9 to round 12. I guess via stoppage. But I assume in boxing you just pick a round. There's no like KO TKO disqualification. Even Fury via KO TKO disqualifications is minus 135, so you're not gonna get a plus value. I know it kind of sucks. How much is Fury is knocked down? What? White is knocked down minus 176. I mean, come on. White has quite pronounced stamina issues as well. Late stoppage could very well be possible. I think so too. Fury just uses dirty boxing to slow his opponent down while taking advantage of the clinch. True. White is so sloppy in the late rounds as well. True. What do you say on Fury wins after being knocked down? Does it make sense to you? Because if we look back at Povetkin's fight, I think Fury could actually copycat something from Povetkin, if you know what I mean. What do you think on that? Fury wins after being knocked down. I think White will be dangerous within the first 2 rounds. Within the first two. I got used to MMA. Sorry, guys. Like within the first maybe 4, 5, 6. Not sure how it goes in boxing. But I think White is not dangerous after the half of the fight. Like round 7, 8, he's already starting to go down. Sorry, I got used to MMA, so I'm like round 1, round 2. But that's what I think about that fight. But I think plus 600 is pretty much I actually believe it's a very big odd. What does that mean? Like, Dillian Whyte has to knock him down at least once. Don't see Fury getting knocked down. The Power won't face him after fighting Deontay 3 times. Yes, I know. But let's be honest, Deontay knocked him down twice first time, and these were brutal knockdowns. And Fury is like, okay, I'm up. I'm like, what the heck, man? The guy hit you with maximum power to the head, and Fury gets up. Like, okay, I'm fine. Don't see Fury getting knocked out, okay? Fury could be knocked down and win. He gets caught with looping punches. Exactly. I wanted to pinpoint to those looping hooks and those tricky hooks, tricky leading hand hooks. Those hooks are also kind of problem for him, but maybe the dream is right. Maybe he's not going to get caught. But that's a risky bet, I know. But like, if you want to put $1 on it, I see Fury winning, but still a very small odd. I mean, Fury is a heavy favorite in that fight. He gets caught with... But I don't know if Whyte has speed to cause issues. Whyte has speed within the first 3 or 4 rounds. After that, night. If Fury does beat Whyte, do you see him fighting the winner of AJ versus Usyk? That's the match I would like to see. Do I see him? I don't know. Ask the promoter. Would I like to see that? Absolutely. I think the most, the toughest, stylistically, the toughest matchup for him could be Usyk, because Usyk is left-handed, and if you've noticed, Usyk constantly goes to the right. That's something that could pretty much irritate Tyson Fury, because Fury is constantly doing this, and against Usyk, if you do this, he's gonna spam that left straight. So I kind of have a feeling stylistically Usyk would be dangerous matchup, but of course AJ could knock out Usyk. I mean, let's be honest, AJ is a power bomber. Whyte footwork also big problem for him, too slow and stiff. Now you will say I'm trolling, but Whyte kinda reminds me of Carl Winslow, if you know who is Carl Winslow, with that footwork and head movement. Yes, he has the power. Yes, he can be dangerous for like first 4, 5, 6 rounds, but Carl Winslow footwork and head movement. That's his only problem. Fury does fight almost equally as well as lefty. As in Orthodox, wonder if he switched to Usyk would have issues. I don't know, man. Yeah, he's a switcher. I know that guy is a switcher. I know that. Dillian Whyte is just Derek Chisora with a jab. Chisora is old school fighter. Like, that style, Chisora style. Now I'm trying to say something. Chisora style could have worked like 15 years ago, 20 years ago. But modern boxing, they're fighting more like Cubans, if you know. Footwork, fighting on the tips of the toes, quick exchanges, good counters. I don't think Chisora's fighting style could go well in the age of modern boxing. But in the age of old school boxing, yes. But in modern boxing, many things have changed, and I don't think but he is also 37, 38 years old. Like, he's past his prime, but he can still give us a fun fight to watch. The guy still has a chin at the age of 37, 38. I mean, I started loving that guy when he was throwing Klitschko. You remember when he was throwing Klitschko? Do you think Chisora could KO Taito Iwasa in the UFC? No way. I mean, no way he knocks out Taito Iwasa. He doesn't know to defend low kicks. Plus, Taito Iwasa has a high-level intelligence. So, no, I don't see Derek Chisora knocking him out. Actually, Taito Iwasa is one of the most intelligent heavyweights I've ever seen, especially after that fight against Derek Lewis. That was an intelligent move. That was very much intelligent way to fight Derek Lewis, because when you press Derek Lewis against the fence and when you're trying to cut him off and you're closing his angles and constantly going for the underhook mouth type 1 change, etc., when you're constantly pressing with the visor, catching him into a seat belt, it means that your fighting intelligence rocks. I mean, I was very much pleasantly surprised by that level of fighting intelligence. Plus, we've seen one one attempt of stone control on the end of tight with us, and I said, what the heck, man? What the heck is happening? And his cage control skills were pretty much on point, as he learned to use big muscle groups, for example, quads, glutes, hamstrings. He's not pressing anymore with his shoulders and hands, which is a big improvement in the game. Derek Lewis is a British Chisora. Haha, you're good. Chisora Chin getting better with age because he's running out of brain cells to damage. Maybe, but man, he can take such a beating. I was like, what are you made of, man? Really? What is that guy made of? I mean, listen, Chisora might not be the greatest boxer in the world, but he's super fun to watch. I mean, you can't take that away. He's a super fun guy to watch, and especially those pressers. Like Chisora's pressers are. Yes, Parker Porter is the future. Could be. But those Chisora's pressers are like awesome. And also in boxing, how is that guy from Australia and New Zealand? Is it Joseph Parker? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Joseph Parker or something like that? Not sure. I know it's some Parker something. That guy is also excellent boxer. Also, I see Tim Tszyu. I see Tim Tszyu as a high-level prospect too in the future. The Australian boxer. He is pure entertainment in and out of ring. Chisora. Yes, he is excellent entertainment, and that's one of the reasons why I love watching him that much. Excellent, guys. Joseph Parker. Yes, Australia. Thank you. That guy. I think that guy is also a high-level athlete. And I think Tim Tszyu is actually a great fighter out of. I think he's a great fighter out of Australia too. Guys, what do you think? I mean, like, what do you think? What is the next big thing at heavyweight after Tyson Fury? I mean, if Fury wins, it would be normal to fight AJ versus Usyk, but what would be the next big thing at heavyweight? I'm really wondering what could be the next big thing at heavyweight. Like, Fury is too dominant nowadays. Team 2, best fighter from Australia. He is better than Cambosos. Joe Joyce and Dubai. Thank you. Joe Joyce and Dubai. Yeah, right. Joseph Parker needs to move on with his career. He's fought no one of since losing belts to AJ. Yeah, true. Team 2, best fighters. Hey, guys, I was very pleasantly surprised with Cambosos' performance when he outworked that Mr. Big Mouth. Any fight involving Wilder, I think. I think actually Wilder is past his prime. Do you agree with me or not? I think after those losses to Tyson Fury, I'm not saying that he lost motivation, but it's not the previous version of Wilder. Wilder was having killer instinct. I mean, what happened with that now in those fights? Joe Joyce already made Dubois quit, and Dubois hasn't fought anyone since. Joe Joyce has a chin of diamond. He could probably take clean shots from Ngannou all night. Yes, that's true. I think Wilder versus AJ would still be 50-50. Wilder never faced real competition. Oh, Zach, how are you? How are you doing, man? Big ratings. Honestly, I have a feeling that Wilder lost that, how you say, killer instinct after those losses. I kind of have a feeling this is not the same Wilder anymore. Maybe I'm making a mistake. All three. Yes, I know, but I'm just saying that Wilder might have lost his killer instinct after those fights. I'm just saying in the third fight he looked totally different. It was not Wilder. It was not the anti-Wilder I got used to watch, if you know what I mean. Wilder beats everyone but Fury or Usyk. I don't know, honestly. Something happened to him in that third fight. In that third fight, it was someone different. It was not Deontay Wilder. I don't know what happened with him. Does MMA Guru have a chance against Parker Porter? That's a good question. I think he would. I think they're the same. I think they're the same class. Guru weighs around 260. I think he told in his streams 260 or something like that. He's a big guy. He's a very big guy. Maybe he would have a chance. I mean, Guru is a big guy. He is, I think, 6'2", 260 pounds. They are around the same height and weight. 300 pounds. Wait. 300 pounds. Is he really sitting in a wheelchair or? Whoa. Oh. Is it true? Are you joking or? Oh man, can't believe if he's sitting in a wheelchair, that's a sad story. Yes, if you search it up on YouTube. I didn't know that, man. That's a sad story. I didn't know that he sits in a wheelchair. That's a very sad story. I didn't know that. Fury wants to come in at 300 pounds for the next fight. Well, if he comes in with 300 pounds, is it advantage or not, man? Like Nikolai Valuev was having 320 pounds. If you know what I mean. You know, right? You know what I mean. Nikolai Valuev, he was like 320 pounds or something like that. But it wasn't much of the advantage for him, aside of not getting knocked out. He was too slow. I don't know whether that's a smart idea or not. I didn't know, man. I really didn't know that the MMA guru sits in a wheelchair. That's a very sad story. I think it will for White. More power, I guess. What happened to Guru? Why is he sitting in a wheelchair? Guru is obese. That's why he sits in a wheelchair. He has an elevator in his home. Oh man. Fury is a freak athlete. Wow. If he has an elevator in his home, that's sad, man. Value was props born stiff out. His mother, he had 2 left feet and 2 left hands. Well, probably. I think I agree. I didn't know that Guru has an elevator in his home, but that's a sad story, man. I didn't know that. I mean, I would never wish you fell for it. Yeah, I did. It's a joke going around. Really? Guru is getting trolled so often, but it's like, whoa, I didn't know. Yeah, I fell for it. But okay, I mean, it's a joke, so anyway. I wouldn't be surprised. He gets angry when you talk about the wheelchair. I've seen him getting angry about that. I've seen in one stream that he was attacking somebody. I don't remember who was that guy. It was like, how was his name? That guy who always spams caps. He was mentioning wheelchair and Guru Gone Wild. That guy who constantly spams those big caps. I forgot his name. I'm so upset. Yes, Ilya. Ilya, Ilya Pilipovic. I'm so upset that Jan ruined my parlay and Hamza didn't KO Burns. I faded those fights for a reason. Yes, Ilya. Go knock that man. Yes, Ilya, that's the guy. That guy Ilya, how he was spamming so much. Do you remember how much he was spamming earlier? And Guru is like, goodbye, Ilya Pilipovic. And Ilya makes another account with the same name. He doesn't even want to try to hide. You remember that? He wasn't even trying to hide. Is Kinahan involved in MMA too? I think he's Darren Till's advisor. I'm not sure. I haven't heard of Kinahan in MMA, but there is a probability always. Do you remember when Guru blocked Ilya Pilipovic and Ilya made the new account with the same name and continued spamming? I was like, what is this guy doing? But okay, I mean, Ilya is okay now, but I'm just saying how it looked like. And my crazy brother was once in that chat. I remember when my crazy brother was at job at one chat, and he was saying like spammer Ilya Pilipovic is high, and I'm like, what? I was in the chat and I'm seeing spammer Ilya Pilipovic is high. Spammer Ilya Pilipovic is high. I'm like, why are you doing that, man? Champ passed away last week, if you know him. I was a massive Guru fan. Yes, I remember Champ. Is that the guy who spammed Michael Bisping's alive? Is that the guy, right? Munir Aziz got a new opponent. Yes, he did. Yes, I remember Champ. Muniro's is got a new... Yes, Jamie, Muniro's is having a new opponent. Yeah, kind of sucks, I know. Champ spams in every channel. Yes, that's true. Literally everywhere. But it was funny when he spammed Michael Bisping's channel. People were like sending me links, and when they sent me link, I was like, what is this guy doing? No, I don't know about that. I don't know the Dream Road that I really don't know. How are you doing, my IQ is 2? But I was talking about the MMA Guru, and when Ilya Pilipovich was spamming, and Guru banned him, and Ilya made a new account with exactly the same name. Like, oh, come on, Guru, I'm not hiding. I'm like, what the heck? Yes, he passed away in a car crash last week. Car crash? Well, okay, it is. I mean, like, it happens. When you're already mentioning car crash, I wonder how Errol Spence Jr. survived. He crashed his Ferrari at like... How much was he going? He was going over 200. Errol Spence Jr., you remember his accident? Errol Spence Jr. You remember his accident? What was that accident? I was like, man. I was like, how did you survive? And he got back even stronger. I was like, well, I don't know how. I mean, Errol Spence, for me, that guy is a freak of nature. I mean, he survived one of the worst car crashes I have ever seen in my life, and now he's boxing even better. I don't know. Way to go, man. I mean, congrats. Hail Mary. Like, how do you say? Hail to the king, Errol Spence. Ilya knows him on Instagram, and it was posted all over Champ's story. I didn't know that. I mean, Ilya sometimes enters my channel. Sometimes Ilya writes. Sometimes Ilya writes on my channel, but I'm not writing with Ilya on Instagram, it you see. But sometimes, I mean, he sometimes comes into the channel, writes some interesting stuff, and that's it. But we don't follow each other on Instagram, so I really don't know. I know that Ilya actually, there is one interesting thing. I was growing in one very small city near Belgrade, and Ilya was also growing in one very small city near Belgrade, but he was growing on the other side of the river. So technically, we grew up like 30 kilometers away from each other, like 20, 30 kilometers away from each other. I was born in Kustendil, but I grew up in Belgrade, Serbia, in one very small city near Belgrade. So Ilya and I were growing like 20, 30 kilometers from each other. Like, I didn't know that till Ilya mentioned some places, like some places. My bookie has Luque by finish at plus 130. I already placed a bet on Luque to win via straight, and this is minus 145 here. No, actually, Ilya is Serbian. He is officially from Bosnia and Herzegovina, and he's actually Serbian. That's what he told me. He told me that he is actually Serbian, but he was growing near Belgrade, Serbia. Then he moved to Russia. That's how he told me. So I don't know. Never met Ilya. He said he was Russian. Okay, maybe he's Russian. Maybe he's half Russian. Maybe he's Russian by mother. But he told me that his father was from Bosnia and Herzegovina, and that he was growing near Belgrade. That's what he wrote to me in the chat. I don't know Ilya in person, so I don't know the guy. I mean, I am Bulgarian by nature, by ethnicity, but I was growing in Serbia and I live in Serbia. So I'm similar to Modestas Bakauskas. He was born in Lithuania, but he spent his whole life in the United Kingdom. Same story with me. Like, see this? Yellow for Modestas, white for me. That's one and only difference between the two of us. No, I don't know Ilya. Imani is writing with Ilya on Instagram very often. Imani knows him better than me. Modestus. Spence to win. I made that prediction. Spence to win. I think Spence is even stronger after that. I think Spence is even stronger after that car crash. He came back even stronger. I think actually Spence is unstoppable after that car crash. I have a feeling that he is even faster than he used to be. I don't know, man. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I think he boxes even better than he used to box after that car crash. Something happened to him. Not sure what, but something really happened to him. Yeah, that's true. Was champ in Errol's car? I don't know. I think he will get countered and on wobble legs in certain rounds, but will take the fight on points. I'm saying the same. Probably Errol Spence Jr. by points. Or was champ with Paul Walker? Got no idea. Uh, yeah, I also think he will take the fight on points. I also think he will. I also think he will win the fight via points. Like Errol Spence Jr. is even faster than he used to be. Ugas might have the best counter-punching in boxing. Yes, but I don't think it's gonna be enough against Errol Spence Jr. because his combos are lightning fast. And Errol Spence Jr. is moving a lot to the side, which might be his advantage, if you know what I mean. That might actually be his advantage. Lateral movements. He didn't move laterally that much. You have Cambosos or Haney. Going with Cambosos, you? I'm actually a die-hard fan of Haney, just to know, but I have to go with Cambosos after that last performance. His last performance was impressive. You? Yeah, that's true. That's true. And sorry because of that gaze. If you think that I'm watching through you, or I'm on some meds, so many people are saying that I'm looking at one spot, that I'm forgetting stuff, etc. But these are just, side effects of meds. So I don't know, very close. Probably slightly lean Haney. I would like to see Haney winning, but doubt, man. Cambozo's last performance was too impressive, but I'd probably put some money on Cambozo's. I think I'm going to back you up. I think Cambozo's depending on how Haney fights. Guys, I'm a die-hard fan of Haney, but after Cambozo's last performance, it would be hard to pick against him. Also, Tyson Fury versus Dillian White. See it as a clean win for Fury, especially considering that Fury is better with gas tank etc. And White is extremely dangerous within the first 4, 5, 6 rounds. Don't know exactly. Haney just forgets about making it interesting and just boxes. I think he will win. Absolutely, but I think there is a small chance that he's gonna forget about it. But I'm backing you up. I'm definitely backing you up about what you're saying. I think the same shot he dropped Teofimo with will hurt Haney badly. I think the same shot he dropped Teofimo with will hurt Haney badly. Yeah, yeah. I remember when he dropped Teofimo, round 3. I still remember that punch. I was like, all right, Teofimo is winning. Do you remember, Jamie, you were in my chat. Do you remember? I was like, Teofimo is winning. This is pretty much dominant performance. Whoa, Cambosos dropped him. Or was it in the first? Yeah, round 1. Sorry, I'm forgetting because of meds. So please, not impersonal, but these meds are like, people are saying that I'm forgetting too much lately. So yes, it was round 1. But okay. He gets careless, like with Linares, Cambosos will definitely catch him. True. He was very careless against Linares, super careless. Yeah, I remember it was round 1. I'm like, Teofimo is dominating. This is a great performance. Cambosos dropped him, and I remember when you wrote, Jamie, like, what? I was like, yeah, Cambosos rocked him. Why are you so surprised? You were like, what? This is the beginning of the match. And when Teofimo Lopez got back to his feet, I was like, what the heck? Garcia did not look impressive at all last week. He didn't look impressive at all. Somebody could have a bad day in the office. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Maybe somebody could have a bad day in the office. And it's pretty much normal if you're, you know, You can't. Maybe your mood is. I think your mood is not the same every single day. For example, sometimes I'm in a great mood. Sometimes I'm in a terrible mood. I didn't get it. I don't know, man. It happens, you know. Maybe he was just having a bad day in the office. Golovkin will get stopped by Canelo if they do the trilogy. I think he should fade. I think he should definitely fade that trilogy. Golovkin gonna lose. Canelo is at his prime, and Golovkin. Better to fade that fight, if you ask me. Better to fade that fight. But what did I say about GGG Murata, guys? Do you remember what did I say? To be honest, I think Canelo will lose to Bivol, and it will never happen. I don't think they will let him fight Bivol. And also, Bivol nearly lost to Leron Richards. Don't forget that. Leron Richards was having a wonderful day in the office that time. I bet 1.50 on Alex TKO round 4 to return 90.50. Really? That's awesome. That's outstanding, man. That's like excellent thought. That's a great thought, honestly. Way to go, man. Way to go. How did you know it's gonna be round 4? I just had a straight pick, Alex, and I had straight pick, Gary. And of course, Tibura fight got cancelled. Fuck it, man. It got fucking cancelled. That's why I only placed a bet on the main event this time. Like, if they cancel main event, fuck everything. How's Władysławia? Władysławia is doing great. Thank you, Ginge. Had a parallel on Torres, Volk, Chimev, and Gary, and I'm still annoyed about Torres during decision. I thought Torres won that fight, honestly. I was thinking the Torres won that fight. But it was a close one, but if I was the judge, I would have given it to Torres. Again, that's just me, of course. I'm just saying, if I was the judge, I would have given it to Torres. I think I even scored in the favor of Torres. I could just see Volk beating him up, and he did. I just said Volk. I said Volk was gonna win the Korean Zombie. I told you. I thought it kind of was a mismatch. I mean, to some point, it was a mismatch. The Korean Zombie is, he's not a 5-round fighter, if you know what I mean. Korean Zombie is a 3-round fighter. I mean, he is strong, he can march forward, but his gas tank is very critical. And of course, Herb Dean did a great job by stopping that fight because it was a one-sided beatdown where Alex Volkanovski was swinging the hammer. But yeah, what am I gonna say? It was a really one-sided ass whooping where Alex Volkanovski was swinging the hammer for 3 rounds, and he continued swinging the hammer in the fourth. And what could you expect? It could have led to a brain damage if that fight wasn't stopped. So, but way to go! Like, if you bet on Alex TKO around 4, you did a really great job. So, congrats, man. Belal versus Luque under 3.5 is plus 112. Under 2.5 is plus 200. I actually have Belal. Sorry, I have. But last week, Gary won and Volkanovski won, so I won. But I was very frustrated because Tibura's fight got cancelled, and I was super frustrated after that. And you know how angry I was. You were in the chat. Do you remember how I have gone wild when fans told me that Tibura's fight is off? That Tibura's fight was off. I was so annoyed by that. You know, I'm not getting angry when I'm losing a parlay. No, I'm not getting angry. But when the fight gets cancelled, better kill me than cancel a fight. Believe me, I would rather take 10 hits to the head than hear the news of a cancelled fight. Really. That's like the worst thing that can happen to me is a cancelled fight. And especially if I put money on that fight. Like, okay, if I lose, who cares? I mean, it's small amount of money, but cancelled fight. That's terrible. I mean, Guru is getting angry when he loses money or when he loses the parlay, and I'm getting angry when the fight gets cancelled. People Kianzat, Klose, Bueno Silva, and Sabatini are locks. For me, Luque, Kianzat, number 3. Let's say Sabatini, number 3. Okay, I must pick 3. People always ask 3. So, Luque, Kianzat. Okay, let's say Sabatini, number 3. Bueno Silva. Who are your top 5 favorite right now? You mean for this upcoming event, or I don't understand the question. Like for this upcoming event, or you're asking me like top 5 favorite boxers right now? Actually, right now, let me see. Kambosos is definitely high on that list. Team 2 is very high on that list. Usyk, I like Usyk very much. There are many good guys I like to watch. Heavyweight, I don't like much heavyweight, honestly. But I only like Usyk from heavyweights. I mean, Fury is a great boxer, but that style is like, how to say, that style is kind of, it's not something that I enjoy much. Gervonta Tank Davis, I like to watch Gervonta Tank Davis. Okay, you can say Manny Pacquiao. I know he's not in his prime anymore, but I'm a very, very, very big fan of Manny Pacquiao. So let's say those 5. But all time, Marvin Hagler, Calzaghe, and Pacquiao, like 3 of them. And Hagler was my number 1. Calzaghe was my number 2. Number 3, I mean, if Manny still fights, then Manny can be on the spot 5. If he still fights, I know he's 42, 43. I don't know whether he's going to continue. Usyk, Lomachenko, Joshua, Canelo, and Beterbiev. Okay, I like Lomachenko too. But I prefer Usyk's style because of his trickiness. Beterbiev is very aggressive. I prefer defensive-minded fighters, but Beterbiev is extremely aggressive pressure fighter. Joshua, knockout artist. Yeah, Canelo has the best liver shots in the world. That's Usyk, Lomachenko, Joshua. Okay, I like watching Canelo. You can learn a lot from Canelo. Joshua, okay. Joshua is fun to watch because he knocks people out. I agree with that. Joshua is very fun to watch because of that fact. I have to back you up on that one. But there are many high-level fighters. I like, for example, watching Kambosos because he's so unpredictable. I like watching Tju because of his combos. I like watching Usyk because of his trickiness and tricky moves. Also, there are so many good boxers. Kind of hard to pinpoint to 5 of them. Also, Canelo has the best liver shots. It's so hard. I also like Saunders' style, but some of his fights are boring, some are fun. I don't know how is his style called. He has one of the weirdest fighting styles I've ever seen. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. His fighting style is actually very much, very much applicable in the fight. You can do well with that fighting style. I have just never seen that fighting style in my whole life. Yeah, but his fighting style is so strange. And he's like those duckings, also weird stance. He's so weird, but he's having great results. That guy is having excellent results. I mean, okay, yeah, you're right. Some of his fights are super boring. Some fights are very, very, very fun. So great, just great. All right, guys, I will. My friend, who did you take in the Luque fight? I took Luque. That's actually my only pick for this this. No problem, man. No problem. I know you're busy. For this week, I only picked Luque to win. Straight pick Luque to win because I'm super angry because Tibura's fight got cancelled last week. I had 2 parlays last week. Tibura's fight got cancelled. I said, okay, I'm only going to bet on the main event. If they cancel the main event, then I'm not going to bet for a month as a sign of protest. Yeah, no problem. My locks of the night, Luque, Kienzad, Sabatini. 3 locks of the night. Underdogs, I'd hate for Belal to win. He's so boring. I know, me too. Let me see. From underdogs, I picked Kyle Borralho. Who else? Just 1 second. Okay, he wasn't in the chat. I think I picked Jesse Ronson. Yeah, Ronson is the underdog. And I picked Jordan Levitt. So yeah, these are 3 underdogs I picked. Ronson wasn't the underdog. I didn't know that he is the underdog. He used to be minus 110. Now he's plus 100. Maybe Bernat has a chance, but I picked the fight will not go the distance in that one. I don't want to risk. Yeah, you can call round robin with Borralho, with Jesse Ronson, and with Jordan Levitt. Yeah, I told you. Tough call, in my opinion. Why is Mohammad's line not moving? Why is this line so close when everyone seems to be on Luque? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe you should ask bookies. I told you, I only bet. Luque, Pani. We agree on that. Luque and Pani are the 2 most confident picks for me. But I'm telling you, I only bet main event this time because I don't want it to get cancelled. I'm sick of cancelling the fights. This happened. Tibura's cancelling is 3rd time in a row that I bet on some fight and it gets cancelled. So I'm pretty much sick and tired of it, if you know what I mean. So that's why I only placed a bet on the main event. So if it gets cancelled, I'm not betting for the whole month as a sign of protest. Think I agree with that. Yeah, Joe. I think I'm gonna agree with that. Like Luque, Pani, everyone are high on Luque, and the odd is not moving. This will be a close fight. The lines are telling us things. If we only have ears to hear, this will be a close fight. Yeah, you're right. This can be a very close one. Luque knocked him out cold in the first fight, but I think Belal will use different strategy now. Hello, Robert. Vlad, how delusional are these people who think Burns won the fight, man? Chimaev has so many haters. Man, talk about delusion. Burns won round 2, Chimaev won rounds 1 and 3. If we watch the fight as a whole, according to Pride rules, Burns would have won the fight, but in UFC rules, Chimaev won the fight absolutely. I scored it 29-28 for Chimaev. Chimaev almost finished him against the cage. Well, Burns dropped him twice in the second, but I'm telling you, like I gave 2 rounds to Chimaev, 1 round to Burns, so I think that's a fair decision. Like 29-28 was a fair decision, but I faded that fight for a reason because I was expecting that Burns was stylistically terrible matchup for Chimaev. Most intelligent capper on YouTube, easily, Cowboy and Guru. Thank you so much, Joe. I'm talking about the 3rd round. I rewatched that fight 3 times. I know that you're talking about round 3, and I gave round 3 to Chimaev. But again, I'm not the greatest MMA referee in the world. Don't forget, I am a soccer referee. I'm not MMA referee. So, but according to the rule set, I think Chimaev won 2 rounds. The first time Chimaev overswung and fell down in the second, didn't get hit. He did get hit. Rewatch it. It was this short. It was short, like it was not weaving overhand, or it was not overhand. It was swing. It was this punch. This swing. That's a tricky punch of the clinch. It was swing. This, you see. When you catch with a swing, just put your whole body into it and shortly. My coach Itsko was showing me that strike. It's very hard strike, but if you hit it, yeah, he did like this, but it wasn't a strong hit. That's what I was telling you. Like, you see that it wasn't a strong strike, but a sweet spot. Should have bet the overs in the Chimaev fight then. Good plus money, excellent plus money. But I faded that fight for a reason, because I was scared about Chimaev. The first knockdown, yes, check, short swing. Yeah, it was only a touch, but even if you touch somebody here, you can knock him down. But it wasn't a strong strike. My coach was showing me that strike. That's going to show you now. You see? That's this. When you're in the clinch, you see? I'm not righty, so it doesn't look the greatest. You're in the clinch. You're here. See, that swing. That's my coach was showing me that. Time for hard sparring and Team Otis. Good luck, man. Yes, I'm telling. But it was not a strong hit, as people were like, oh, Chima went down, he's heavily rocked. He was not heavily rocked, but those 2 seconds, when you hit that kind of a swing, like those 2 seconds you're rocked and that's it. That's not a strike that's gonna cause brain damage, etc. But if you hit that sweet spot, that's, high variance to be sure. Both fighters at different points on the edge of betting being finished through. He was off balance, dude. Even if he got hit, that was not a knockdown. Well, maybe it was not. It was not. I'm just saying it was like this. I'm saying it was not a strong hit. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it was not. I'm telling you, I'm not the greatest MMA referee. I'm soccer referee. I'm just saying from my perspective. Maybe I'm wrong. There is a chance. The second time he was badly hurt, obviously. Yeah, second time he was. The second time recovered, but the first time it was just a slight touch. Maybe it was not a knockdown according to rules. I don't know how they score a knockdown and that off balance. There is a chance that I'm not right about that. There is a chance. I'm not saying the time. I'm just saying how I saw. And for example, when you're off balance and somebody touches you here, of course you're going to go down because this is hitting your sweet spot. This is balance center. Try just doing this to yourself, see? Just try doing this. Easily, very easily. And it's going to be dizzy. Even if you do it easily. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there are weak spots and, yeah, not enough for 10-8. No. It was not 10-8. It was not 10-8. No 10-8. Though he still won 1-3. No 10-8. No 10-8. No. No 10-8. I didn't score it 10-8. For 10-8, you need 1K. Whoa. Way to go, man. Way to go, man. I faded that fight for a reason. Believe me, I was so scared about that fight. Yeah, true. But no, it was not. For 10-8, you need a knockdown and you need at least to be, you need at least to dominate that round. At least a bit dominate for 10-8. Or you had to be at the top of your opponent, and it's not easy. 10-8 rounds, it doesn't happen too often. It does happen, but you really have to be better in that round and to have at least one knockdown or at least total control, or I don't know those rules. I know every single soccer rule, but in MMA, rules are changing all the time, so lost a whole night's worth of sleep. I was there in whole night, man, and believe me, I have never been happier in my life. I was really much enjoying, man, airing that event. I was so happy. Yeah, man, I was so happy when I was there in that event. Believe me, I was so happy. At least I was happy, man. It was a good day of fighting, got to say. All right, guys, thank you so much for being with me. Now I have to go. I need to get some sleep. Tomorrow I have a lot of obligations. Got something to write, got some interview. Now, one interview should be tomorrow. Not a high-level fighter, but I kind of quit those interviews as, hey, yeah, good luck to Bago Ivano. Thank you. Because of my health, I need to recover first. So I will see. I must sleep. I must affect my hormones with those meds, and you know what am I saying. So have a great day, everyone. And tomorrow, I don't know. Maybe I will stream, maybe not. But Thursday, I will discuss Bellator tips. So Thursday evening I will stream for sure. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna make brief LFA and CFFC if I catch some breath, if I catch some time. But tomorrow is a very hard day for me. Today, listen. Now I'm gonna tell you what was I doing for weekend. On Saturday I was reffing 2 matches. On Sunday I was reffing 1 match. On Monday I was reffing 1 match. Today I was reffing 1 match, and I am like, I'm barely standing on my feet. One of the craziest fights I've ever seen. Deuces, good luck, Cowboy. Oh, yeah. Have a great day, everyone. Night. I need to get some sleep. I'm extremely tired. Like, I was reffing 4 days in a row, and I'm like, I really need some rest. So, have a great day, everyone. Night.